How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me all right? Okay, hold on 1 second, please. 1 second, please. How about now? Okay, so sorry. This is why we start early, and cool. Okay, I better do the intro again, considering none of you actually heard me. So look, just welcome everyone. I'm really glad that you can be with us on the summit, and I'm really looking forward to kicking off this week. I know that it's the weekend for some of you around the world, so really appreciate you taking the time out of your weekend to attend. We have a lot of great sessions and events planned throughout this next week. I thought it was best for myself to kick it off, and since it's Monday for me, I decided, hey, why don't we just get it done, get started at the beginning of the week around the world, and then we'll just carry on with sessions throughout all different time zones, all different regions, and everyone can attend the session which most suits them, most interests them. That's the whole idea of bringing a really strong collective of experts around data and analytics together. Okay, so yeah, one of the other things I mentioned when I was on mute, basically, is let us know where you're tuning in from. Really want to know where everyone is based. Usually we just get such a strong collection of people all around the world, and it's one of the fantastic things about holding virtual events is just the global nature of who you can bring together. So really interested to see where you are all from. One thing that I will also mention is that we are giving away one free membership at each individual session. Okay, so this goes for every session, every expert who is holding one of the virtual workshops throughout the event. They will have the opportunity to give one membership away. So I will give one membership away at the end of this session to the most engaged. To what it will be sort of a random draw of who the most engaged people during the actual events. So that's just a small giveaway that we've arranged throughout the entire event. So I think we're giving away 20 free memberships for the first year. So please get involved. Please collaborate with us. We love to just chat and make these sessions as relaxed, as informal as possible. So please feel free to jump in at any time. Cool. We've got a huge. I'm just looking at my list of all my chat here, and Guatemala, New Jersey, Atlanta, Nigeria, Liverpool. Awesome. This is just amazing. Really great. And really happy to be with you all. Okay, so look, why don't we just do a quick intro? I'm expecting a big turnout today and throughout this event. We've had close to 2,500. 2,500 individuals register for this event, and I would say by the end of the week we'll probably have close to 3,000, which is a record for us. I think that would be a pretty sizable amount of people to any Power BI event probably held anywhere. So very proud of what we've been able to put together, and really happy that you've decided to invest the time and leverage a lot of the efforts that we've put in to make this event a success. So this is the Enterprise Analytics Summit. It's our first real event that we have brought lots of different speakers together, and it will be the first of many. This is a brand new sort of strategy for us, like in terms of value for the community, of creating value for the community. We feel like we've developed a incredibly strong network of individuals and experts around Power BI and the Power Platform, just through our own membership and our own community, but also with our connections through all those out there in the virtual landscape of Power BI and associated technologies. So we feel we can create lots of events like this, and this is just the start. We've got over 20 speakers over 5 days covering all different time zones. So a really comprehensive event that we've already put together, and we're looking to potentially grow this substantially into the future. So I did say this in the intro video, by the way, that is going to be available to you, or maybe you've already seen it. But if you want to get involved in the future, If you want to participate in any way, either as a speaker, a sponsor, and a few other, maybe through giveaways or something like that, we are really interested to chat to you, and would love to get you involved more. Okay, so just a quick overview about Enterprise DNA, because some of you may be relatively new to Enterprise DNA. Some of you have obviously been around a long time. I see a lot of familiar names in the chat discussion, which is fantastic. But Enterprise DNA, our focus is on empowering Power BI users to change their world. That's our tagline. And really why we've gone with that is because we want to empower all Power BI users around the world, and increasingly Power Platform users and users who use Power BI in some way around their within their data stack or within their day-to-day role. We are growing our our content base and the resources that we have available in an exponential way, covering all things to do with Microsoft's data technologies. We see Power BI as being very core to all of those technologies, so we will always have a very Power BI focus. But there's a lot of technologies which are maturing around Power BI, and we're also really evolving our platform into those as well. We are a sort of a pure play sort of educator and empowerment platform. We want to make sure that we provide absolutely everything that we can to really empower an individual in how they use these tools, but also an organization. And we've done a ton in improving our platform lately and making some significant investments to improve it even more. So there's, we really have two offerings. We have membership and Center of Excellence. I won't go into too much detail because this is about, giving as much value and education as we possibly can. But those are some things to look into later if you are interested in furthering a connection with us. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen and just talk through a few other quick things around the summit, and then I'm going to jump into my content. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of an intro here because I think it's necessary considering I'm kicking things off. But just want to thank all of our sponsors as well. We've got a range of different sponsors who are associated with us, and I'm really proud that we've been able to bring this selection together. We've got a couple of relatively new technologies on the scene as well who've decided to partner with us, and hopefully we're giving some great visibility to some fantastic tools and apps that can be used around Power BI as well. So just a reminder, one free membership per session. I'll give one away at the end of this one. And then we also have some other prizes and giveaways. So we have some incredible experts and trainers who are now associated with Enterprise DNA. And we've got some free advisory hours. I myself am going to give 2 hours away for free to an individual or to a corporate who wants to utilize them. So we'll be making these announcements, or we'll be giving these out to randomly selected people who have registered for the event at the end. So you'll all be made fully aware of who has actually won those. And then we're going to have some swag, Zebra BI's given us some, and we're going to have some for you all as well. So we'll confirm exactly what's involved in this later on in the summit. Okay, so we've got a lot of speakers, obviously. Just a reminder is that everything will be recorded, right? Everything will be recorded. And if you have access to our platform through membership or Center of Excellence, you'll always have access to these recordings. If not, that is absolutely fine. We also will make these available throughout the event, but also for 72 hours after the event finishes. Okay, so you have plenty of time to watch them all. And then after that time, we'll obviously, as a incentive of being part of our platform, we'll have these all listed on our actual web-based application where all our content is. Okay, all of the relevant files and resources will be made available as well throughout the session. We have one replay area, one location where you can go to and locate all of the content, all of the resources, etc. It's very, very easy. We've worked really hard to make it as intuitive and seamless as possible around this. So definitely check out for some links around that, and you'll be absolutely fine. You'll have you'll see everything you need to. You'll learn everything that you want to from participating in the event. Okay, so I won't go through every event here, but basically I'm going to kick things off today with my application-like report development techniques. But there's a ton of other fantastic resources here. I'll just put the link inside of the chat. for you to explore. But yeah, I mean, so proud of the great content that we've been able to bring together here. There's just some fantastic sessions. Literally, you could pay $1,000 for this sort of training that we're giving away for free. So please utilize it as much as you possibly can. Right. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now, I'm just going to just quickly talk through what I want to do, what I want to share today. So my session is around how to build application-like reports. Okay, I think in the last 18 to 24 months with Power BI, there's been some added features, some added functionality that has really enabled us to create very compelling reports inside of Power BI. And not only just reports, but web-based reporting applications, okay? And what I want to do is I want to show you in the next sort of 40 minutes or so how you can take an old report or even start from scratch. This is an old report that I'm gonna make look much better and much more interactive. But I'm going to show you how you can quite quickly turn an average report into something that looks like a web-based reporting application. And we're going to go over things like page navigation techniques, theming, bookmarks and selections, tooltips, how to create a home page. And if we've got time, I was going to go through drill through as well. And so the idea is that maybe in isolation, you know these techniques, right? You know all of these features inside of Power BI. But the idea is I want to show you how you can combine all of these together quite quickly and just create something that is elevated, a much superior consumer experience within your Power BI reports. And then also flowing on from that, how you create templates, these reporting application templates, basically, that you could use through a wider audience, throughout more users or developers within your organization. Okay, so a lot of this is how can you scale these efforts so that your entire organization can be creating these compelling reporting applications, these web-based reports. Okay, and then you will see how, and then I'm sure a lot of you are aware of how these can roll up into your workspaces inside of the online service, and then how you can create web-based apps within the online service as well. So these all flow on nicely from one another, and I just want to dive into combining all of these cool little techniques and features and showing how the improvement can happen quite quickly. Okay, so hopefully that sounds all right. Thanks all for your participation so far in the chat. If I'm looking to the side, I'm just monitoring the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. If it's on point, I want to make it on point to my topic today. So please feel free to jump in and ask anything as we go. I've also got my Zoom working here, so hopefully you can see that, and that should make it easier to showcase some of the different features. Okay, so I've got a report here, and it's a lot of it's already built. Okay, so I'm really not going into those of us who know us quite well know that we have the 4 pillars approach. This is our framework to developing Power BI reports, where you've got the first pillar is loading and transforming data, the second pillar is data modeling, third is DAX calculations, and fourth is reports and visualizations. Today we are really skipping the first 3. We're really diving into pillar 4. That's what I want to really focus in on. Okay, but I'll just do a quick review. We've got a simple model here. This is not built how I would like, so I'm just going to quickly just change it up. This was built, by the way, quite some time ago. I think this was, like, if I was to guess, this was built before even theming was around inside of Power BI. So it was built quite a long time ago. But I just want to show you how you can even go backwards. You can go back in time to improve your reports. Okay, that's the thing. You could obviously use these all from just a standing start from nothing, but you can also go back and improve your old reports as well. Okay, so just created a simple model. As you know, this is the look that I like to have in my models, sort of like a waterfall technique. where we have our lookup tables at the top flowing down to our fact tables. Okay, so that just gives you a bit of an idea. This is an organization. This is a simple data set. Haven't overcomplicated it at all. We've got an organization which sells things, and we've got a fact table with all of the different transactions that have been occurring within the business. We sell in particular regions, we sell some different products, we sell to different customers, and we obviously sell on different dates. And this is why I have these as my lookup tables at the top. Okay, so the very first thing that I think is just absolutely essential when you're developing these applications, these reporting applications, is you've got to get your theming right. Okay, you've got to get a seamless and coherent color theme within your reports. Okay, so you may have already a theme which aligns to your organization, and that's great. And maybe someone has created a template for you. Okay, but if they haven't, I want to show you how you can create something quite effectively inside of Power BI inside of desktop, in combination with some of the tools that we have in our own application called the Analyst Hub. Okay, so as I just to show you how I'm going to do it in this particular case, in the view ribbon, you'll see we have this drop down with our themes, and you'll see that we have a whole range of out of the box themes. Personally, I think these are all terrible, and so I don't really ever use any of the ones out of the box here. Okay, we do though, obviously want to make sure we change our theme. Like if I come to here, look at the theme that is the current theme. Even though my theme in my report is different, I think because it's so long ago, I actually individually changed the colors to each of these different elements, which was just ridiculous. But that's what it used to be like. We have to obviously make, you just cannot design a great report with a theme like this, right? I just do not believe that. You need to really make your colors stand out, and they need to really work well together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this drop down. I'm going to go customize my current theme. Okay, so for those who don't realize, you actually have a ton of ways that you through this particular pop-up box here, that you can customize your theme. You can change the general theme colors, but you can also change what are called the advanced theme colors. And what these are just all of the colors for like all of the different elements, like your titles, your axes, your data labels, so on and so forth. And you can change the colors all there. You can change some colors around text, visuals, page, and filter pane as well. You can actually color, if you didn't realize, you can actually create colors for this filter pane here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work through this really quickly. I'm not going to bore you with spending copious amounts of time going through this, but I'm very quickly just going to show you how I can create a really compelling theme quickly. Okay, so for those of you who aren't aware, we have our own inbuilt technology called the Analyst Hub, which we released at the beginning of last year. And there's a whole range of apps that we've developed to improve the productivity and planning of your Power BI work and deployment. Okay, this actually at the beginning of this year, that used to be a separate application, but now it is included in our membership platform. Okay, so everyone has access to the Analyst Hub now. We just decided to keep it much simpler and easier to understand for all of our users, and so it's now included. So this is a tremendous amount of value now included with our out of the box membership subscription. But what I want to go to here is my color theme generator. Okay. We also have a Power BI themes generator, which I'll go into in a second, but I just want to quickly show you how to use this functionality first. Okay, so we have a few ways that you can create your color themes. I'm going to go to my color fan here. Okay, I really like this particular application because I can get my a large amount of colors, and then I can just very quickly click through and find a theme that I like. Okay, so let's go with this theme. Okay, I like it. And the thing is with themes is that you just do not, like a lot of these these themes work well because you don't want to overcomplicate the colors in your report to really create a seamless theme experience, like a consumer experience, an engaging consumer experience. Okay, having a similar palette but just different shades actually works really, really well inside of reporting designs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these across to the theme very, very quickly. Okay, it's all set up to enable this to happen quite quickly. So if I just quickly, you just push on that, you go copy, and then we come across to our report. Okay, and then I literally come in here and I go paste like that. Okay, then I click back, come into here, copy, and I can come over here and go paste. Okay, so I'm just going to move to this to the side so I can do it a lot quicker. And you'll see me just motor through this. Okay, so more. One of the other things that I really like to do, just by the way, is I always like to have a much darker background and white lettering. Okay, I know that that is not actually for everyone, but personally, that's what I like. Okay, and you'll see that when we create our report, that I think it just makes things stand out a little bit more. So that's what we generally try and do with our colors. Well, that's what I generally try and do. Okay, so I'm going to name this theme as well. I'm going to say this is the light blue theme because we can download this theme generator, by the way. So I do have a question. Does color theme generator, is it free or require membership? So I think we still allow you to use it for free, but you don't have a lot of the functionality of the Analyst Hub where you can save themes, etc. So you can definitely navigate to it and use that one color fan, but you can't collaborate or save them. So Darren's a good question. I assume there's a way to create a JSON theme file and load it into Power BI Desktop. Yes, you can also do that. This also will generate a JSON theme for you by doing it this way. Okay, so question is, can themes be automatically imported? Yes, they can. And this is Darren's here. So I'm just showing you one way that you can do this, but you can very easily do this. One person could do this. You can go and extract the theme, and then others can just quickly import exactly the same theme, so they don't have to actually do all of that, all of these different steps. Okay, so I'm going to make all of these white. Okay, you'll see what this will do very soon. I'm also going to come to text. The current theme doesn't support text formatting. Update theme. Okay, so I'm going to make this white. General titles. You can also change the font as well. So I'm just going to make these all, I'm going to go semi-bold here, make it white. Semi-bold. I never like how big the cards actually start off with. So I'm going to just lower the size there. Tab headers. I think I'm going to make that white as well, but we'll see. We might actually change that. We'll see. And then backgrounds, I want this to be, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the background really dark. Okay, so I'm going to make it dark as part of my palette. I'm going to have borders off, header. I'm going to actually make the header transparent. Okay, and then I'm going to make the icon color here. Tooltips, so we can change this as well. I'm going to change this to this blue, and then I'm going to make these white. Okay, page. Now wallpaper, I want this to be totally transparent. I don't want any colors on the wallpaper. Page backgrounds, we want to, again, we want to make this a bit darker. No transparency. Okay, and I'm going to leave the filter pane as is for now. Okay, so we've done a bit of work here, and I'm going to go apply. Okay, this is looking a little bit wonky at the moment just because of some of the existing theming that I had in place. But if I just come here and change a few things, it should straighten itself out. But we're gonna change up a lot of these things very soon as well. Now I'm going to find my theme color here. So you see my theme's updated. Okay, then I'm going to change the background color here to the darker shade. Okay, now one of the things that hasn't changed here, interestingly enough, is some of these titles haven't changed. So we need to go and figure out what's happened there. Some of the titles haven't changed and some of the axes haven't changed. So we can change all of these things. So you want to make sure we get it right first before we change anything else. Okay, so to me, it's something with the texts. Back text, yeah. Okay, let's change that to white. Cards and KPIs. Okay, so let's go apply here. Nope. Okay, hold on. potentially, let me just try this. Data colors default. I can just quickly go to default here, which will change them all to this should change them all quite quickly. Maybe because I had a lot of it. Yeah, okay. So they are white is just because of a lot of the settings that I had beforehand. A lot of the settings I had beforehand have customized these. So what I need to do is just come through and do a lot of reset to default here, and then that should get me back to what I have placed inside of my theme. So just bear with me whilst I work through a few things. Yeah, see it is. Yeah, okay. So what I can also do here, by the way, is I can change one of these. So I'll change one. Data colors, refer to default. And we're going to get rid of all these visualizations soon anyway, but I just want to show you just a couple of other things. So category color, go default. Okay. And then one of the other things I really like is this format painter. Okay. So format painter, we can quickly click that. See up here, for those of you who don't know, you can do formatting like so. And you can multi-select. So I do have a question that you can multi-select. Okay, can you multi-select? Yep, you can. So there are a few ways that you can do it. They do have to be the same sort of visual though. So if I selected both of these, that's very doable. So I'll just go here, refer to default, and refer to default. And then I have to do the title as well, I think. Like so. Okay, cool. So that's how we can quickly change a few things, but this is not the end for us. I want to do a little bit more. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because remember we're creating this is just one step. This is just literally one step of the various different things that I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to basically delete all of these. And we are going to build some other aspects to our application. Okay. Now, the next thing I wanted to go into around application, like building web-based applications inside of Power BI, is your page navigation. Okay, so we've got our theme all set up now, which is great. We can also, by the way, we can save this theme. Okay, so if you wanted to get the JSON format, just go save current theme, and then you will be able to get it, and then everyone else can come in and browse for themes and upload it. Okay, so very easy to transfer this from one page to the next. Now, what I want to go through is how we can create a very quick and easy, like compelling navigation experience. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a navigation bar basically down the left-hand side here. Okay, and I feel that these navigation is a real consideration every time you're building a report these days. Like you want to be as you want to enable the user to navigate around your report how you want them to. I want you to think more broadly, bigger like that. Don't just plonk everything on a page and then let the user click around all these different slices and pages, etc. You want to take the user through the story that you want to tell them. And by using navigation techniques, that can really enable that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've just grabbed a shape. Okay, I've just grabbed a shape and I'm placing it on the side here. I want to just add a background here. I'm going to get rid of these and we'll create a background like so. Okay, we'll make it a bit smaller like this. Yep, okay, I think that's neat. Now, what I've done as well is I have, before this session, I have gone and found some, just drill in here, I found some icons that we can use in our report, okay? Now, I got these, by the way, from a website called Flat Icon, okay? now, or Flaticon, whatever. I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce it. I used to call it Flaticon, and then someone told me it's probably Flat Icon, which probably makes sense. But this website is fantastic. Has so many great icons. And all I did was I came here. I've got a subscription, and I downloaded some of the icons. Okay, so subscription is not very much, but fantastic website for everything that you could use inside of Power BI from a visual point of view, but also for this these navigation techniques that I'm describing here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring a few of these in. I made them white so that they really stand out for me. Okay. And then I'm going to locate them here on the side. Okay, and then I'll create another image here. We'll go people. This will be for our customers. And so what I like to do is I like to always set this up on one page first. Okay, one page first, and then we can very easily copy this over to other pages. Okay, so that's why you've got to consider your navigation a lot earlier than you think, because you want to be building this out so you can scale it across different pages in your report. Okay, so like eventually what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate page, right? And we want to have a lot of this built in the very first instance. Okay, so I'm just going to add another image down the side here. What's my last one? I think it's this one here. Okay, this would be for products, etc. Now, the navigation, the way that you can actually navigate between pages has been made so ridiculously easy that, the design part is really the hard part. The actual linking all your pages up is super, super simple. Okay. I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay. So I've got my navigation here. What I'm also going to do is I need a way to sort of signify, okay, what page am I actually on at any one time? Okay, so I'm going to create another rectangle here. Okay. Actually, you know what I could do is I could actually come here and copy this one and paste it. Okay. And then I'm going to layer this on here and go format, and I'm going to go send backwards. Maybe what I can do is actually come to this one and go bring to front. Okay. Okay, so I think that, so hopefully you get the idea. There's many different shapes that you can use here. There's many different ways that you can signify this. I mean, maybe when we're actually selected on one, we could actually enlarge it, right? So think about whenever we're on a page, we could go to the next page, and then this one could be enlarged, and this one could be enlarged, and this one could be enlarged. So there's a few different options that we can utilize there. Okay, so this is one design. So I'm going to go summary. Okay, I'm going to just call that summary for now. So hopefully you can see it all right. I've just been layering shapes on each other, and then when ultimately we're going to go duplicate page, and we're going to put functionality, similar functionality into the next page, and the next page just change the way that this box is. It's going to be down here. It's going to be down here. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this for now, and I want to show you a few other things that we'll link this up soon. We're just not going to do it just yet, because I want to implement some other things that will add a lot of value to your consumer experience that we want to scale across our different pages. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to save some room on my page, right? Okay, so I don't want to have all of my filters, like all of my slices, just plonked down on my page. I want to be a lot smarter about how we utilize our filters, sorry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a dynamic filtering box that will appear based on a click. Okay, and to be honest, like this also used to be a lot harder to create than it is now. Okay, it is actually a lot simpler than you think. Okay, and I'm going to work with you around just creating a very simple version of this, and then you can take it to another level, quite easily. Okay. So what we need to do for this is we need to use bookmarks, and we need to use selections. Okay, so I'm going to open up these two. They're both in the view ribbon. View ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to open these up, and so they'll bring up these field sections. Okay, we can probably get that a bit smaller. Now the next thing I'm going to do though is bring in an image which I found. So this is going to be my filter. This here is going to be my filtering image. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this up the top like so. Okay. My header is taking a bit of room, maybe because this is an old report, I'm not sure. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to put that up like so. Okay, so when someone clicks on this, right? When someone clicks on this, I want a box to appear, and then I want that box to enable me to filter by the date, for example. Okay, so I'm going to start building out this box. Okay, I'm going to start building it out before I do anything else. Okay, I'm going to build it out like so. I'm going to customize it to how I like. I'm going to get rid of the fill. I'm going to turn on the background. Yep, okay, I like that. Okay, now the one thing to note as I'm creating all of these is that this is what the selection pane is for. The selection pane is giving you a list of every single element in your report. And what you can do is you can manipulate, and this is so customizable, particularly when you're thinking about building a reporting application, is that you can really isolate particular parts of your report and show them and hide them and show them and hide them. So even on just like one report page, you'll be amazed at how much you can actually place within it just by having a few innovative ways that you turn on and off visuals. Okay, so hopefully this will give you a few ideas. So then what I want to do is I want to grab my date column, okay, and I'm going to turn it into a slicer. Okay, I'm going to change a few things here. We're going to make this a between as well. Okay, and then I'm going to put my date slicer there, like so. Okay, then probably can get rid of maybe the title here because it's quite obvious what this is. And then I'm going to create just another really simple. I'm going to go by. I'm just going to grab my territory. I think this data set is an Australian-based one. I'm going to turn this into a slicer. Yep. Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to maybe I'll leave it like that actually. And then I'm going to place this down here. Okay, so I'll make this a little bit bigger for you. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is all I'm going to do. You can obviously make that a lot more extensive if you like. You could also, you can also have images here. Like this doesn't have to be a slicer like this. It could honestly be a visual. It can be anything. It could be absolutely anything. Now, what we can do here, right? Okay, so we have these three elements in our pop-up box here. Okay, or what we probably need to do as well is we need like an X or we need like a back because we need to, on a click, we need to actually hide all of these things. Okay, so one of the things I could grab here is a shape, no, a button. Okay, and I'm going to go blank back. Let's just try this. Okay, we'll have that inside like that. Okay, so now what we can do, right? Now what we can do is we have all of our selections. We could, if we wanted to, so if I select this, we could very easily come in here and go hide. Okay, but what we want to do is we want to actually group these first. Okay, we want to group them. I can hold on, I'll just make sure this is at the back here. I'm going to multi-select them, and you see that it actually knows that I'm multi-selecting them here. I can right-click. I should be able to group these, I think. Format, group. Okay, I'm going to group them, and now check out what happens in here. Now I have a group. Okay, I can then rename this group. I can say this is my filter group. Okay, and then all of these individual elements are now in this little group. What's good about this is that to show and hide all of these, I can now just click this one group. I don't have to click all of those individual elements. Okay. So what we can do post this, right? This is why it's been made a lot easier lately, is that when someone say selects this, we can just show this entire group. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two bookmarks. Okay. I'm going to create a bookmark now. Okay. With this showing. Okay. And I'm going to call this show filters. Okay. Then I'm going to create another bookmark with this hidden. Okay, so I'm going to go hide. So I'm going to hide it, and then I'm going to create another bookmark here, and I'm going to go hide filters. Okay. Now, all we need to do at this point is link up these bookmarks to the selections of these images. Okay, so I'm going to do this very quickly. I'm going to select this image, and then down in the field format area, I have this action. Okay, this action is fantastic. So many great things you can do here. I'm going to turn it on, and then I'm going to say select my bookmark. Okay, and then my bookmark is going to be show filters. Okay, so now when I select this, it now will show my filters. Now what we need to do here is when someone selects this image here, this one here, we need this to do bookmark hide filters. Okay, so now when I select this, it will hide it. When I select this, it will show it. I can then make my selections, right? And then I can hide it. Okay, so that is a very simple example, but this is, there is an unlimited potential with this, right? Unlimited potential. You can make a range of selections, and that can change and determine what is in your report page. Okay, so let's just have a look at like a few ideas here of what we could create in the visuals itself. Okay, so I'll actually get rid of the selections and bookmark for now. We can go back to it if we really want to, but let's just create some insights here. Got a measure here. We'll go total sales here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the background here as well. Okay, so what I can do is a user, it's interesting that we need to just be quite mindful of this, don't we? So this is interesting, but we can very quickly change this. We've just got to make sure we always bring this to the front so that it actually appears always on top. That's very doable. But now when we change the filters here, that will change what is in our report. But it changes back. That's interesting. So maybe that's a consideration we have to make as well. There probably is a way that we can do that. But interesting. Because when I go like this, remember my bookmark had everything showing, didn't it? So that's interesting. There is a way to solve this. I'm just not thinking clearly through it as I'm working through this example. Anyway, I'll come back to it. I'll show in a second what we can possibly do there. Okay, so a few other things. I'm just going to create a few other insights here. Remember, this is our summary page, right? So we're just going to create a few more visuals here. Remember that we're just getting things set up here to ultimately create our application that we're building. So I'm just going to create a few charts that will get us going. Like so. Okay, and then potentially I could go like this. I'll grab warehouse code. I'll create a sales of that, and then create a chart. But you see how the creation of a lot of my visuals is very quick, right? I don't have to go, like, everything is set up. Like, hopefully this is sort of becoming quite obvious, right? Everything is set up to very quickly create in the theme that I want. So this just generally speeds up your development like you wouldn't believe. It's crazy how much faster it is when you actually have the right theme embedded. Okay, and then I'm just going to go call this one sales summary. And then I'll just get rid of the background. We can also get rid of the background somewhere, make it transparent so that it never shows up, which would be probably nice in this case. But okay. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions here. So there is a setting that where you can save the bookmark. Okay, hold on a second. Let's just sort this out because sorry, I just didn't think of this on this whilst I'm on the spot here. Okay, hold on a second. So we click this, right? So that's show filters and data display current page selected visuals. So, and then I move this around. And then I go back. Okay, something I'm missing something here that I'm selecting here. So I won't, there is a way to solve for that. Maybe if I can figure it out at the end, I will. I'll come back to it. I just want to show you some other things first, okay? So this is think about the other things that we've done here with the way that we've built this application, is that we're really enabling ourselves to scale past this point, right? We've created a good navigation experience. We've created a title. We've created our filtering list. So we can really now copy this across to different report pages and then start building out our reports pages based on that area that we want to focus on, or whatever it is we want to focus on. Okay, so I want to show you just how quickly we can do this, and by creating a few pages. Okay, so I'm going to go duplicate page, and duplicate page. Okay, and then I'm going to call this one my customers, and then I'm going to call this one my locations. Okay, and then I'm going to call this one my products. Okay. Now the other big thing about building web-based applications, right, is we always want to hide these pages as best we possibly can. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, right click and go hide. No, I don't want to delete. I want to go hide like so. I want to go hide like so. Okay, because what we want is we want the user to not see our pages down the bottom of the screen. We want them to navigate directly through our navigation bar that we've created. Okay, our navigation bar that we've created. Okay, so how do we then navigate between all of these different? Oh, what we probably should have done is maybe embedded the navigation before I did that duplication. Possibly that would have been a faster way to do this. But just to show you how we can quickly create it, it doesn't take long at all. We're on this page here, sales summary, so there's no selection. If we come to here, we want to go action. We want to go action, and then we want to go page navigation, and then we want to go to customers. Okay, this one here, we want to go action, page navigation, to locations. If someone selects this one here, we want to go action, page navigation, products. Okay, and then when we come to customers here, check this out. All we need to do in theory is come down here and make a few adjustments. We're going to bring this to the front, right? And remember, we were going to make these all a bit bigger when we're actually on the page. Okay, and then we would obviously, just cast this, and then we just change the title, and we could very quickly change whatever visuals we want to have in here, right? But remember, just think of the speed. The speed is the key there, right? There is just so much speed in what we're doing with how we're developing here, the colors, the way that the user, the experience that the user is going to have. A lot of that is happening very, very quickly for us. We're having to do far less clicks when you set things up like this. Okay, so if I just quickly just do a few actions here. Okay, and then I'll do one more page here just to show you what's possible. And then you'll see how we can sort of like click through and how it looks, just the feel of it is just that much better. Bring to front. Okay, and then we'll do a few actions here. One of the things that I'm always thinking about when I'm developing reports is how can I do things with less clicks? Like that's one of the things that has really been annoying me, particularly with themes and colors and a lot of the things that I like to have in my reports. And so, I always am thinking, okay, how can we improve be more productive, speed up the development experience? One of the ways that you can just generally within your organization speed things up is one person can create an amazing template design of this, and then you can reuse that across all of your users within your organization. That's how you're going to get a much more cohesive deployment of Power BI. Everyone is designing things in a similar way with a similar template. Okay. Okay, and then this one's going to go locations. Okay, so there's a few things that we need to fix up with this filtering box, I'm just noticing, okay? But one of the things that I want to obviously showcase is just this navigation. This is a big part of it, right? Okay, so when we're in the web-based experience, we're going to, one second, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So we can very quickly click through, right? And look at how neat that is, right? Very simple, very effective, taking you to different areas of your analysis, very web-based reporting like, okay, application like. Okay, so that is those are a couple of tips. Now I want to whiz through a few more, okay? Because there's some other great ideas that I've got for you that I think really help here. Okay. So I am seeing a few things on the chat saying some use PowerPoint and some use Canva. Fantastic. There's some great videos that we've got up on the Enterprise DNA YouTube channel around how to use both of those tools to create backgrounds and compelling looks to your reports. Feel free to really dive into those and utilize them. You can take these to another level. Maybe even at the end, I'll show you a few on our Power BI showcase, okay? But I want to show you just two other things that I think really help here. One of the other features which I absolutely love tooltips, okay? So we have tooltips. You see here we customized our tooltips to align with our theme like so, okay? We have tooltips like this. But we can make our tooltips so much better, right? And that's what I think we should all be thinking about doing within our reports is how can we start, particularly with a report design like this, how can we start with a summary page, like a high-level summary, but then how can we effectively enable our consumer to really drill down as efficiently and quickly as possible to the detail, okay? Now, Tooltips is a fantastic way to do this, okay? So I'm going to show you how you can create a really simple tooltip quite quickly now inside of Power BI. So I'm going to create a new page, and I'm going to call this my customer tooltip, okay? Like so, okay? I'm going to hide it as well because we never want to show these tooltips as a page in our report, okay? It's always sort of hidden in the background. The key thing that we need to do is come across to here and we need to change it to a tooltip page. Okay, so we need to turn on tooltip. Okay, and then we want to create a different size. Okay, I find that this size is just a little bit too small for me. So I'm going to go and select custom here, and I'm going to make it just a touch bigger. 500. No, actually, we won't make it too much bigger, actually. Okay, so I'm looking at the actual, this is the actual size of what the tooltip is gonna be like, okay? And then what I can do is, in this case, I'm going to, I wanna have a look at the products, okay? So if I turn this into a visual, I wanna have a look at, in this case, our profits. Actually, let's have a look at our profit margin. I've got that as a measure already, so I'm going to drag that in, my profit margin. Okay. Profit margin by product name. Okay, so this is just literally one way that we could visualize this. You can totally customize these tooltips, totally customize them, make them as fancy as you like. Okay, but I think just the ease of which you can integrate these into your reports is what blows my mind, right? It is quite phenomenal how you can do this. Like, okay, let's even just do something even just a little bit different. Okay, can we do a scatter chart here? Can we create a scatter chart? Let's turn this into a scatter chart. Profit margin by products. Actually by sales. So we'll go by profits. Okay, we'll go. So this is just, this is just showing you in a little bit more detail. What have we got? Category labels. Okay, and then maybe we can change the category labels color a little bit. Okay, and I'll get rid of the grid lines. Okay, can I get rid of the grids? Okay, we'll just leave it for now. We can get rid of the grids, I'm pretty sure. Maybe we'll make that title a little bit smaller. Make this 12. Margin and total profits by product. Okay, and I'll just adjust this a touch. Okay, So anyway, this is just to show you the versatility of the tooltips. Okay, what I can do now is I can come back to here, and maybe I want to embed my tooltip into this particular visualization. I just click on that visualization. I go to the paint roller. I go to tooltip down the bottom here. Okay, and then I now can turn this into. I can go and grab my tooltip pages, and I'm going to go grab my customer tooltip. Okay, so now we're in this particular report page. Now the user can also come in here and see the tooltip very, very quickly. Okay, maybe the detail isn't extensive enough by how we've created it, but I think this, the customization possibilities are just so extreme. Like, you could almost create a page on a page, basically. Like, this tooltip can be much larger. You can have a much greater degree of information, a whole range of different visualizations all in the one tooltip. It's just incredibly powerful. And look, it's just so easy to create. It just doesn't take that much, right? So hopefully that's another neat idea for you. Obviously maybe we could create more detail and place it on this one if we wanted to. I'm going to make this by total sales. So we could even quickly put it on this one as well if that was beneficial. I'm not really too sure if it's probably not going to make that big a difference, but we can also, we can reuse these tooltips, and there's just the ability to sort of like really drill down very quickly. Maybe we want to see, also like how many products they actually bought. Like, did they only literally buy jeans? Did they buy shirts? Did they buy, shoes? Did they buy multiples or one? We could do some really good cluster analysis as well on top of that. Okay, now one of the other things that I'll just show you, I know we're reaching an hour here, so I won't go for too much longer, but one of the other things that I like to do, particularly when I'm creating a web-based application, is I actually like to have a home page. I like to have one page where I can make a lot of settings, or that I can navigate from to all of my different areas of my report. Okay, so I'm just going to copy these all over to here. And how you design this, it can totally depend, right? Maybe we want to have some big ones out the side here, but I love having a home page now, to really be that central navigation point where someone can navigate around to the rest of their report. Okay, and then what we can do is we can actually even hide that summary page, and then have maybe like a home icon that takes you back to the home page. Maybe that can be up here, for example. Like, we could come up here and go insert, and I could go maybe reset or something like that. I could have this up the side here, and then this particular icon could always be an action which goes to my home page. So page navigation, home page, right? Take me back to the home page, and then I can always start off my navigating here if I really want to. Okay, so I won't go in too much, like I won't recreate this, but this is just another super idea for you. Okay, and I'll show you a few examples. So does the tooltips have any performance impacts? So yeah, look, it depends what you're trying to show in the tooltip, obviously. So there's a lot of factors there, but it is fast. Like, it is generally fast. That would be my thoughts there. Look, if you're talking about millions of rows of data, just like really think about, okay, what's the computation which is going on in the background? What calculations have you got in the tooltip? Like, all of those things matter. So it's not as clear cut as, it's going to lag for everyone. It's generally pretty fast. Okay, so look, I think I'm going to almost round off there, but hopefully, very quickly, right? Very quickly, we have, if I was to push this, I've had to talk through everything that I've done, but very quickly, like, if I didn't have to talk, I could create a nice template design here, honestly, within 15 to 20 minutes. Like, that is how long it can take if you're really targeted in what you're doing. And we haven't even gone over some of the just like general visualization tips that we have. Like, maybe I could just touch upon them. Whenever, colors are important, making sure you don't overuse colors, making sure you're always thinking in grids around how you design your reports and where you place your visualizations. Okay, that's really, really important. Making sure you have a good navigation, making sure that your taking the user through the story that you want to tell them in a lot of cases. Okay, so you've got to think outside the box and be a little bit creative around that. Okay, and then also don't overuse your visuals. You utilize these other features to save room on your page. Utilize the ability to hide filters if you want. Utilize the ability to use tooltips. Utilize drill through as well, which is something I haven't touched upon, but is again relatively easy to put together. Okay, so a whole range of ideas there that when you bring them all together, that in isolation, none of these really take your report to another level, but in combination, I think they just create this compelling report experience that is so much more engaging for your users and for those internally. Okay, and so hopefully you can see that just through clicking around into the Power BI desktop experience, the whole reporting engagement. I feel more engaged in what I've designed here than I did previously, right? And we haven't even built out any of our visuals, any of the ways that our users can make a selection and then filter other visuals. Like we haven't even done a lot of that stuff, but that is again really like not that difficult, right? Not that difficult at all. One of the things I'll show you now, just whilst we're here, is where to get some ideas. Okay, I want to show you where to get a lot of ideas around what you can do yourself. Okay, so I'll just go to the homepage actually. So this is Enterprise DNA's website, enterprisedna.co. Okay, for those of you who haven't navigated to our showcase before, here you'll find some of the best designed Power BI reports literally anywhere. Okay, there is nothing like this anywhere online to the quality of what we've got here, right? So we've a lot of these have been created internally by Enterprise DNA. Recently, many of these are from our community, from our challenges, and you'll see. I'll go into this particular Formula One dashboard, which I really like, and I'll show you a few things here, and I'll just find another one for you also. I want to find you one that I like to show that I created a while back now, but really showcases a lot of the things we've highlighted today. Okay, so here's another design that is very similar to what we created today, right? But obviously a little bit more refined because I spent a little bit more time on it. But check out this. We have a settings page, so a page which has been created, which is a lot smaller, where someone can come in and they can set up their report, right? They can make a few selections. Maybe they want to dive into just a few specific regions, and then we've got a lot of neat icons which take the user around the report page. One thing to note is that there's no way in this report for the user to select any pages other than how I want them to do it. Okay, down the bottom here, there's nothing. There's no page selection possibilities. Okay, I've hidden every single page. Okay, and then I can click back here. Now the user has to click through the navigation which I've created for them. Within the reports area, so we've broken it out by reports. I've called this one actions, and we've got details. But even within the report area itself, check out how I've broken out another menu bar inside of our navigation experience. Okay, so I've built navigation within navigation. So I've got a summary page here. And then when I click on these other ones, it takes me to a different report page, but it feels like the same experience, right? It feels exactly the same, even though I'm looking at different information. Also, I've embedded into these arrows the ability to go back and forth. So very much like a web-based application, right? Okay, and then I can click down into actions here. This takes me to another area in the report. Can be totally customized. And then I've used the ability to embed tooltips even onto images to showcase information. So I'm not overloading the report page with a whole lot of charts and visuals when it's not really necessary. Okay. Then I can click to this here, and then this is my details. This is my details page. Okay, I want to show you this other one, which I really like as well. So this was from one of our challenges. Our challenges, by the way, are just a fantastic way to test yourself and to learn and to see what others are doing. But this one was for a Formula One data set that we used. And so again, check out some of the unique things here that really have built upon what I discussed earlier around what we did. So you see that there's this arrow on the side here. This is where we've got a filter pane. And so you can click open that. Love the look and feel of this. So clean, isn't it? So instead of actually having this on your report page, I think it just looks so much cleaner outside in a filtering area like this. Okay. Then you can change the filters. So there is a way. So I can change the filters here, right? Sorry, I didn't show you exactly how to do that, but there definitely is a way to manipulate the page even when you close the filters. Okay, you close the filters and then the filters remain. Okay, like so. Right. Just a seamless experience. I love it. And I also just think about the colors on this page as well. There's no overuse of colors. It's all one very consistent theme. And the other great thing I love here is how the navigation has been built. So all they've done for the page navigation, because there's more pages underneath all this, but there's only 2 pages that are really viewable to us, is what you can do is you click on this image here up the top. You click between these images to go to different pages. So I can click here, and now I'm in a different area. I can click here, and I'm in a different piece of analysis. Back and forth, right? Drivers, and then this is the constructors. A lot of the report experience is exactly the same, but very seamlessly we're navigating to a different area. So this is the sort of thing. Like if you had the user clicking through different pages, I just don't feel like the experience is as engaging as it is here, right? So this is the way to do it. So okay, I got another one I'll show you as well. Got a bit of a request here, which I think I will oblige by, because this is a fantastic report. So Gustav, one of our experts, did like this report just blows your mind. Absolutely blows your mind how good this is. I don't think that everyone has to feel like they need to achieve this sort of level, but this just shows you how you can extend a lot of the ideas that we covered today to another level, right? Okay, so this is, I'll make this even more immersive, right? So this is basically taking up my whole screen now. Okay, so here we've got a nice summary page. And then what you can do is, he's created with some nice buttons and some nice sort of images in the background, the ability to click through like a web-based application. Okay, so then I can click on here, and this takes me to a sort of like another navigation page, right? I didn't do anything. I literally just click that button. I can then click into this here. This takes me to another page where we're really drilling into the specific attributes of the constructors, right? And there's some very, look how nice that tooltip is. I mean, that's how far you can take the design. You can totally customize your tooltips in any design that you like. It's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal what you can do, right? This looks like it includes a table plus a chart plus a title, all dynamic, that are being filtered as you're clicking through here. And then we've got another simple navigation experience up the top. Again, there's no pages here to select. We're all just working through our application as per the designer's, how the individual designed it. Okay, look, I think I'm going to round off there. I'm going to round off. I'll show you that. I'll put this link in the chat. Okay, I'll put this link in the chat. You can, by the way, you can view all of these. So we've got published to web links on all of these individual reports. There is just some incredible inspiration that you can gather from these reports. These are easily some of the best reports developed anywhere on Power BI. And then one of the benefits of actually having access to our platform, having a subscription to our platform, is the ability to actually download the PBIX files. You can actually download the files and see how everything is built. And that's how you're going to really improve your own development skill level very, very fast. I myself am happy to admit I have learned so much of what I've discussed even today from seeing how others have done it. And I've just obviously taken little bits from everywhere and brought them all together. And I've sort of developed my own framework now of how I think you can build these web-based applications. So yeah, please definitely take advantage of all of these resources that we've brought together. And if you really want to dive in deeper over time, really consider getting access to a platform if you feel it suits you. Okay, so let me switch back to me, and I'm going to give away a free membership here Okay. By the way, before I click back, whoever I give the award the free membership to, all you need to do is come to any page on our come to our homepage, and and you'll find a contact us thing in the footer. Just click on that and say that you have been awarded the free membership during my session, and we will sort that out for you. Okay. That's all you got to do. We want to keep it as simple as possible. And just a reminder, it's only so it's free for your first year. All of these gifts and prizes are free membership for your first year only, and then you'd have to obviously upgrade if you wanted to continue on before. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly just go through the chat here. I'm going to do a random selection of someone who was really engaged. I was myself quite focused on talking, so I didn't see every single question that came through. I think I'm going to go with Ramesh. I think Ramesh asked a lot of nice questions, so I'm going to select Ramesh as my most engaged for the session. So well done, Ramesh. Please feel free to contact us and mention that you won your first year. You won the first prize of the summit. So just go to that link there, and my team will sort that out for you as soon as you get in touch with us. So well done. But thank you everyone else for all of your participation, and I really appreciate all the feedback. Hopefully you got a lot out of the start of the summit. This is just the very first session. We just have such a diverse range of experts speaking across all of our other sessions. So get as involved as you possibly want, as you possibly can. I think there's a ton to get out of many of the other sessions that we have happening, and some of the other experts. We've got some. Why don't I actually just quickly go through? I'll do a bit of a sell on you, just to show you some of the other amazing sessions we've got here. We've got who have we got? We've got 2 more sessions. This is tonight my time, so I think it's European time zone. So definitely check those out. We've got some of our experts. George is talking about. We've even got some Excel content coming out. Pascal's one of our experts as well. He's got a fantastic custom visual. Brian's doing a really innovative talk on a tool called Stream Deck. Don't want to miss that. And we've got Daniel talking about Deneb, which is, again, an amazing custom visual. We've got Zebra BI coming to chat about their amazing visuals. And then we've got Reed, MVP, Microsoft MVP, talking about some visualization tips. And then I'm going to round off the session as well. So, look, I haven't done it justice. Everyone's amazing on our list of those presenting sessions. So, honestly, they're all great. So definitely jump on board the ones that are suitable for your time zone. But also remember, everything is recorded. Everything is available on the replay page. That will be sent out to you as a link. Maybe you've already got it, but if you haven't, do not worry. There is many links. We will be sending out emails and informing you of all of the sessions and all of the appropriate links over the coming days. Okay. Right. Cool. We've gone a little bit 10 minutes over what I wanted to, but that's okay. Hopefully, I've got you excited about the summit, about follow-up sessions. I will call it a day for myself. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your participation and collaboration during this first session. I think it was a good start, and it's only going to get better from here. So, thanks all. Have a good rest of your day wherever you're based, and look forward to seeing you on one of the future sessions. Okay, take care. All the best.